Mr. Nally, welcome to Sochi. And what's your message going to be to the delegates when you speak?
I think I'm tomorrow talking about legacy, and we've seen already at the conference there's lots of pressures on sport, and I'm an advocate that legacy perhaps should be the responsibility of other people than necessarily international federations. International federations are here to look after their sport, to promote their sport, to guide their sport. But the pressure that's now on them with big events, mega events about legacy and legacy issues, educational issues, heritage issues, maybe they should be embracing other parties like UNESCO, to where others that are perhaps more experienced, more able to make judgments and decisions are capable in helping them, debate this whole legacy issue.
Do you think then there's a misconception on what legacy means?
Yes, I think legacy means different things to different people, but legacy has come about more by pressure to win a bid. And of course, once a bid is won, maybe the legacy doesn't quite live up to expectations and budget isn't there. But because the value of giving these mega events to nations around the world are so important, there is so much money from broadcasters, from sponsors, there's so much money from national governments, that perhaps it's not right that it's just left to small executive boards of international federations to be making these decisions and in some ways taking on responsibilities which is not really part of international sports federations. So having been involved with international federations for many, many years, I think they're digging holes for themselves that they need to get out of by involving more stakeholders, more academics and people to help address the whole legacy issue of sport.
So is your message then to keep it simple?
Yes, to keep it simple and to enable others that have the experiences and have the specialist areas that become involved in bids, to become involved in the selection, become involved in the actual legacy elements, rather than it just being added on as another burden to an international sports federation.
And you've got vast experience in the field. Are you finding that your services are in demand now more than ever?
I don't think so much as it's my services. I think my longevity of knowing how things have developed is helpful. And I feel the pressure that's here in terms of what's going on a potential fight between international federations and the Olympic Committee is old. It's been going on for a long period of time. But this is all the pressure that sport is finding itself to deliver. And because of the amount of money that comes into sport, the delivery is so monstrously responsible job that the federations perhaps need to back off from taking on onerous legacies and being judged on legacies that they're not really equipped to do. So I'm advocating there's a new way. There's a new way, and we need to get the stakeholders, all the stakeholders, into a debate, into a discussion, that there is a new way that takes the pressure off the international federations that need to concentrate on their sport. That is what they're there for.
It's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, perfect.
Obsessed about having something that's immediate post the event, that you can quote some stats around the economic impact, etc. I think you have to take a much longer term view and organise the game in a good environment for young children and adults to come into our sport.
Mark, okay?
Mr. President, welcome. I'm talking about hockey. So you can imagine that for 6 hours, the family audience, they were enjoying the show. I hardly could imagine which other music or concert or whatever would keep the attention and the concentration of the audience who paid for the tickets for such a long period of time. This is a great example of the Olympic spirit and new culture which came from the spectator experience, what they enjoyed here. This is just one reflection of the many faces of the diamond were created here. I'm extremely grateful for this survey and these figures. That's very inspirational for the rest of all, that your expectation rewarded with what you have delivered, what you have happened. That's a great moment for the rest who are bidding now, who are continuing to participate and to fight for the right to host global events. And here in Sochi we already enjoy after the games many big international events like Formula 1 Grand Prix and also some World Cup or World Championship, European Championship, etc. But I know that this is not only limited by that, it will be much more beyond. And volunteerism, what you mentioned, that this is a miracle of